Alright, welcome back everyone. This is the second video in a short series of videos where I transform this 5x8 foot trailer into a little micro house. As you can see here in the last video, I built the whole subfloor and framed all the walls and roof. Now in this video, I'll be putting on siding and roofing. So if you want to see what happens, follow along. Got the house all weathered in. As you can see here, I covered the roof with a sheet of 1/2-inch plywood, and then I wrapped the whole outside with roofing underlayment and then this house wrap. I ran out of the house wrap, so I had to use some of the underlayment for part of the walls, but it's actually a thicker material, so it should actually do better than the regular house wrapping. So now I'm going to start working on the siding. Okay, so I got the siding all installed. What I used was a 3/8-inch siding sheets from Home Depot. What that is basically a sheet of plywood that's cut to be made like siding. So it's super easy to install, and it's pretty lightweight since it's only 3/8 inch. And now that I have all that done, I'm going to be painting the outside of the trailer. What I'll be using for that is this Behr Premium Plus paint in this dried chive color. So I got the trailer all painted now. The color looks a little more green than I thought it would, but I think it'll still look good in the end. I didn't paint the edges right here just because there's going to be trim covering that up, and it seemed like a waste of paint to paint something that'll be covered up. But now I'm gonna install the windows and put on all the trim. I got all the siding and the trim done on the trailer now, as you can see here. What I did for the trim boards was I actually bought these cheap fence picket posts from Home Depot, and then I ran them through a table saw to make them a little skinnier. And then I painted them white and used those for the trim around all the corners and the windows. And then the extra little strip of wood that I got from cutting those fence pickets down, or what I used on the underhang here under the roof to seal those little gaps. And then once I finished putting up all the trim, I used some of this caulking, and I used that to seal all the little gaps and little spots anywhere that water could get in and around all the windows and trim. So now the next step is to tackle the actual roof, and for that I'm going to be using these metal roofing panels. Fortunately, I was actually able to get all those for free. So for all these, I went and talked to a local roofer, and these were just leftover sheets of roofing that he had from a project, and he was happy to give them to me for free, which is really great. So now I just have to install all that. Alright, and the roof is complete now. I didn't film a whole lot while I was doing it just because it was a lot harder than expected and took a lot longer. But I think it turned out pretty well. I actually ran out of the gray screws and only had red screws left. But I think they actually kind of work since they're the same color as the windows. But I might end up swapping them out later for gray screws, but overall I think it looks pretty good. So now that the roof is done, I think this will be the end of video number 2. So if you enjoyed watching it, then please subscribe and stay tuned for the next video where I take on the interior.